Good morning, all you beautiful love streamers out there on Facebook, YouTube, and Zoom. And welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte. I am your host, Horace. If this is your first time, we are delighted you have chosen to join us today on this Easter Sunday. Happy Easter to all of you. With modern technology, we want you to know that we are so extremely grateful for this opportunity to touch so many lives, especially as we share those wonderful happenings here at CSL Charlotte. So please feel free to visit our website, cslcharlotte.org, put in a prayer request, and subscribe. We add our recordings to our website each week. So let me tell you a little bit more about who we are. We are the Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte, which is a New Thought community living in ancient wisdom philosophy based on the science of mind. The science of mind philosophy was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Ernest Holmes. Dr. Holmes was a man on a mission. He studied truths from all of the world's religious traditions and spiritual paths. Holmes developed a fresh new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into our world. He's been referred to as the great synthesizer. Here at CSO Charlotte, we want you to know that every philosophy is honored, along with every race, sexual orientation, and physical distinction. We are a diverse, open, and affirmative community. There are many paths to the divine. We can call it God, peace, love, spirit, infinite mind, or the I am presence. It really doesn't matter what you call it. What you really need to understand that this is your power that resonates within you. You do not have to leave your philosophy or nature of knowledge. You can join us anytime. We recognize and refer to many of the holy scriptures, such as the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Upanishads, and the Bhagavad Gita. That is just to name only a few. So our vision here at CSO Charlotte is to continue a spiritual community, creating and preparing a succession of future leaders who can fully integrate, teach, and expose the science of mind principles, messages, and practices that strengthen the mind, body, and spirit of individuals. One of our aims is to create a high collective consciousness for everyone in this community. We teach everyone the tools to do just that. So come and join us as we meet each Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So right now, I want to welcome everyone, and you want to hear more about that consciousness meeting on Tuesdays when we talk about opportunities. So just sit back and enjoy our service as we celebrate this powerful being which lives within each and every one of us. So before I pass the mic over to our illustrious spiritual leader, Reverend Rosedale, I want to leave you with this thought. First of all, she's going to tell you more about our theme for today, which is the allure of spiritual vision. The allure of spiritual vision. And with that, I want to leave you with this thought. A spirit with a vision is a dream with a mission. And that's by Neil Peart. Did you get that? A spirit with a vision is a dream with a mission. And with that, I'm going to pass the mic over to our illustrious leader, Reverend Rosedale.
Love it, love it, love it. A spirit with a vision is a dream with a mission. Ooh, I love it. Anyway, thank you, Horace, for that fabulous opening as we get started today talking about the spirit, the allure, the draw of spiritual visions. Oh, I can't wait to give you that one. So anyway, welcome everybody on YouTube, especially I'm noticing a lot of you going and visiting and checking us out. So thank you and welcome everybody everywhere. We are the Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte, which is the Mind Body Spirit Center. So I want to say first, Happy Easter. Also, it's National Women's Month, and this is the year that spring equinox got started for us. And it also kicked off Persian New Year, which we will hear more about that later. And you will be so excited about my girl. So, the first thing we do in our spiritual community is we open our Sunday celebration with an affirmative prayer. Now, today, we're all about the allure of spiritual visions. So, first on the platform is our person who opens us up to start us up in an affirmative prayer. And we got our spiritual practitioner, emeritus spiritual practitioner, Maureen Thurston, aka Mo. And she is our lady for the day for the allure of spiritual visions. So in her prayer, you'll hear whether she's drawn to the allure of spiritual visions or not. And if you want a prayer to be open to how the allure of spiritual visions work for you, go to our website right now, put in a prayer request, and so you can say, I want to understand the allure of spiritual visions. And you can get to a prayer in your inbox every single day to say over and over until you begin to believe that you have the allure. So here's the thing, you have to choose to put in a prayer request. And when you do that, Mo will put that prayer request in your inbox. And I always say, if you have not requested a prayer from us, if you have not received a prayer from Mo, you have not requested a prayer. So, okay, Mo, let it rip.
Thank you, Reverend Rosedale. So, as we settle in again this morning, at this time of Easter, an amazing celebration of life and the joy and the wonderment that it brings. I know that as we go into this service this morning, that each and every one of us hear what our message is to hear from Reverend Rosedale this morning. I know that we are cohesive as a team, as a community, and that radiates in and through each and every one of us and spreads to those of us visiting and watching online. So this service is blessed. Each and every one of us are blessed as we go into this Easter Sunday morning with light, with love, with hope, and with excitement. So knowing that all is well and we are in for an amazing treat, I release and I let go and I let God, knowing that it is done. And together we confirm this by saying, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you so much, Mo, for that fabulous prayer. So, next on our platform is our reader, Jerry. Oh, okay. Geraldine Campbell, but actually it's Jerry Campbell, aka Groovy G. So I'm sure that she knows there is no other choice but to work for that allure of spiritual visions. Oh my God, in the classes, she has just done 360s left and right. Evolution is what it's all about. So I see Groovy so connected at this particular junction in her spiritual journey, and it feels good to see people do that. So listen to her reading today, and you'll open up yourself for the receptivity of the allure of spiritual visions. And I promise you that you will. And after Groovy's reading, I want you to listen to the song Go Within by Annie Sims. Now, if you want to better understand the allure of spiritual visions, you may want to choose to do what she says in that song, Go Within. So, Groovy, make it do what it do.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. I had the honor of reading an item that was written by our very own Reverend Rosedale Jones, entitled Embracing the Allure of Spiritual Visions. Embracing spiritual visions requires courage. It demands that we confront our fears and hesitations head on. It is only by holding our fears in our hands that we move past them. By surrendering to the wisdom of the power within us, we open ourselves to mysterious happiness. There is no need for reasons of joy. Happiness doesn't come to us, it comes through us because it's an inside job. In the journey of self awareness, each step forward serves as proof of our resilience and inner strength. Every time we pursue a vision, we shed old layers of doubt and limitation, elevating ourselves as the designers of our life. Fear, fear not the unknown, for within the depths of spiritual visions lies the promise of serious transformation. Embrace your visions with enthusiasm, allowing yourself to be guided forward toward a life filled with purpose, joy, and unrestricted happiness. The following is a quote from Reverend Rosedale. Spiritual visions are not just incredible, they are the very essence of wisdom that gives rise to our insights. And so it is.
Wow. I think we'll start with a short centering. So relax your eyes by looking into your lap or closing them, but then again, that's your choice. And now take a deep breath. You probably have been shallow breathing all day, all week. Take a deep breath in and make it really long. And slowly exhale. So that song, Go Within, taps into what we know to be spiritual practice. So listen to that power within you. Like the song says, she would go out to talk to find what wise people knew about peace, and all she had to do was go within. So when we think about going within, we're really thinking about visualizing a better way than what we're in right now. So all we have to do that is when we're feeling sick or get some kind of doctor's note or something like that, we got to go back and remember what it felt like to be well until we heal. So the choice is yours, once again, if you want to use spiritual practices to get into going within and the allure of spiritual visions. But it's all up to you, but try it. Beautiful. So with that being said, wiggle your fingers and your toes and really begin to center yourselves into the moment. Take a look around your space. Find something in there that connects you to the present moment. That being said, I want to do a quick gratitude and a quick shout out to our awesome Horace DeBush, Mo for her opening prayer, and Groovy for that awesome reading that I wrote called Embracing the Allure of Spiritual Practices, because that really puts us right into it to go and do that. So in that song, by the way, that Annie Sims said, she said instead of going to seek out what other wise men knew, she'd go within. And she just wanted to understand what is peace from someone else. So when you're feeling down and out and you don't know where to go because you're not sure about why you have all that doubt, she said, go within. Because when you go within, that's when you see all of your wonderful things. See, it reacts to your senses. If you're a visual person, you will vision. If you're an auditory person, your vision will be what you hear. If you are a kinesthetic person, your vision will be how you feel. Because if you don't practice going within, pretty soon what you're looking for, you're going to go without it. So I just have one simple question. Is the lure of spiritual visions the thing that you want to work towards? And so, with that being said, let's go. Because I want to tell you something. For me, experiencing visions has been so incredibly profound and transformative. I have done several evolutions over the last 20 to 30 years. The simple word allure means to be drawn to or draw back from. What happens is, in other words, is it's a special attraction through that power within us. And spiritual visions bring clarity. It brings about the purpose of all the things we do. It draws us to focus for what we see, feel, hear, taste, and smell. Visions work, again, in harmony with our senses. So if someone gives you a guided meditation and you're saying, I'm looking for the vision, that may not be what you're looking for because you could be auditory. Just listen then. Clarity and purpose visions, what they are meant to do is they're meant to light up this long path of where we're choosing to go. But I'm just speaking metaphorically. That's how we are beckoned by this power or spirit or God or universe within us. It draws us to things, or it draws things to us. But when we begin to see, that's why we do visioning. See with your ears, with your eyes, with your nose. Dogs see with their nose. So don't take it so literal that because you hear the word visions, you say, I have to be able to see. And again, I'm not saying that there's some person outside of you saying, oh, come. What I'm saying is that there is a powerful desire within us that draws us forward after that desire. Because desire, you see that desire sometimes. Sometimes you feel that desire sometimes because the desire may be to get better. But you may not know what it looks like to get better. But you do know what it feels like. Because the only reason why we want something is not because of just having it, it is how we will feel in the having it. Now, here's the thing. If we decide that we don't want to follow that desire that this power is calling us and beckoning and feeling, making us feel good about, then it leaves us feeling incomplete and defeated, which really leads to frustration. Now, you remember in Groovy's reading when she said something like this, embracing spiritual visions really require courage. Oh my God. You just got to be able to say, they're going to say no. Well, I'm going to get my courage up and I'm going to ask anyway. See, it demands us to confront our fears and our uncertainties. And you know what? If we take the fears by the hand and bring them with us, that's how we get past all that stuff that we need to get through. Because we got to get past. And you wonder how that can be done. Simple. Creating habitual spiritual practices with visions, with spiritual visions, well, becoming intensified with them. Just doing it. It draws us to wherever we need to go. It draws us to where and how we need to do it. It draws us to whoever we need to get it from. You ever walked into a store and said, wow, she gave me that information. Well, maybe you weren't supposed to go. Maybe you thought you shouldn't go to that store, but you went in that store anyway, and this person gave you a message. Well, some vision you had aligned you with that. You can fight it if you want. You can say, I don't know about that. Spiritual practice aligns you with your higher self to get past whatever it is. And maybe that person gave you a message that was something that healed you. You could have been in a drugstore and they said, I've been using this for years. Follow the path. Spiritual visions come with insights and wisdom, and they guide us through all of our challenges. But you got to trust that. The only way you can trust that is to indulge more in spiritual practices. Because the more great things you begin to see happening in your life, the more your faith builds. The more your faith builds, the more you begin to do that. And then what happens? It becomes habitual. See, these visions, what they do for us, and I'm going to tell you about me. What they do for me is they unlock what's hidden inside me, my talents, my passions. Oh my God, I have to tell Jackie when I talked to her this week, I have gotten so deep into this thing called this Audacity software. I just kept every day giving it 20 minutes because that's what I have. But it unlocks because it tells me every morning, you got to do that Audacity training. That's not just me reminding myself. That is that power beckoning me within me, drawing me to get into Audacity or whatever it is I want. Everything said and done has a purpose somewhere on your path. Now, let's talk about something that's really has been said for many, many years, and that's Easter. If we shift the way we vision Easter, maybe it should change the way we accept our own lives. You see, it has a profound significance to this thing called resurrection. And I want to speak to resurrection because resurrection is the word I like to say instead of the one crucified, because I don't believe anybody was crucified and dead and buried for our sins. I believe this person was assassinated for trying to teach people to think the way we're thinking here in spirituality world. You know, the resurrection was designed to bring atonement with people so that they can begin to have hope and faith in whatever is going on. It's a concept. Let me just explain something else. In the early writings, okay, for people who feel like, well, the Bible said this, hold up. The early writings in the Christians and the forefathers, when they wrote, they said that resurrections, oh, well, they didn't say it. They show that resurrection of Jesus signifies that victory over itself. That victory. Because you know why? In 1 Corinthians, go read it, chapter 15, number 55, Paul, the apostle, said, where, O death, is your victory? Where is your sting? What's he saying? We have victory over death. And hey, hold it. Death doesn't mean somebody has to lay down and die. Death means a certain episode in your life dies. Death means a certain job dies. Death means a new place to live. A place to live dies. Death could mean anything. So in the Easter story, don't hold things so literal about it being that. Go with what it implies within your spirit. The basic principle of the resurrection was when you said, when they said third day he rose from the dead, he ascended into the Pontius Pilate. No, they didn't literally mean that. They meant that things got better 3 days later. Oh my God, those are just metaphors for us to have this victory over the death of things that we're so worried about. The loss, the lack, that's all death is. Let that thing be dead to us. The death could be signifying loss or lack. The death of a job, the death of a relationship, the resurrection later on. How many times have you had or faced temporary loss? Loss of a job, loss of good health. For a minute, it's all temporary. If you got to diagnose it, it's temporary. You just got to do what you got to do, right? Only to find out a couple of days later, you recovered from all of that. Think about your whole life, all the way from back there, and what happened. Can you see the day you found that new job, that new home, or that relationship was in? Think about it. So I'm just saying, we have got to change the way we look at things, and the things we'll look at change, so that we cannot be word for word verbatim saying that a human being died and a human being came back to life. Resurrection means you have recovered. Whatever was lost, that's the death of that particular situation. And now it's time to move to something better. So whatever you learn, do, say, and become, it syncs with your visions. But also, remember this, all of your senses sync with your vision. So you begin to feel this connection. So remember this today, spiritual visions are designed to bring up that sense of connection to something greater than you. So the allure of spiritual visions, really what it does, it aligns us with our mind's purpose, because the mind controls everything in the body, mind, body, and spirit. So much for that. So as I mentioned earlier, being that today was Easter and spring equinox is in the air, and we also have Women's Month. This is our last day of that. I have with me a friend who is going to talk about the Persian New Year. And she and her family, we all adore each other. And it's a wonderful thing to hear her kick off the Persian New Year. We need to hear more things about other cultures. And this woman is going to come up and do that. So today we're fortunate to have my amazing Anahita, who will all enlighten us about the Persian New Year.
Hey everybody, how are you? I'm so glad to be here. Thank you, Rosedale, for inviting me. I have a little bit of accent, so if you guys wanted me to just pause me because sometimes I speak fast too, you know? Um, as she mentioned, it's very interesting because like you guys are talking about philosophy, and this celebration for us, our Iranian people, very philosophical. We respect it so much. I want to start by a first religion who was just like originated in 4,000 years ago, Zoroastrian. I don't know if you guys have information about that religion or not. It's called Zoroastrian. So arguably, Zoroastrian is the first monotheistic faith, considered as the oldest religion in the still existence. There are very few people who are just practicing in this religion. They believe in fire, and they have just like they're very ancient. Before jumping to Nowruz, I want to talk about like how rich is Persian culture is. So we have like 4,000 of culture, and we had those all empire, and we care about philosophy, we care about spirituality. Our culture is very related to spirituality, and we have so many traditions. But going to Nowruz, I want to speak about Charshambe Suri. Before talking about Persian New Year, I want to represent Charshambe Suri. I don't know if you guys heard about it, if you guys joined Charshambe Suri or not. Charshambe Suri is the preparation of Iranian people for Nowruz. It calls at Red Wednesday. Is we celebrated in last Tuesday of the year. The celebration that prepare all Iranian for Nowruz, and Iranian just jump from the fire, and it's a sign of hope for victory. It's a sign, this is the sign for us for hope of the victory. And among all the ancient Persian festivals, Chashanbe Suri is most exciting them all. I don't know if you guys ever heard about it. It involves singing, firecrackers, romance, jumping over fire, literally meaning Wednesday feast. Also, also called Red Wednesday. It is a celebration of the eve of the last Wednesday of every year in the Persian solar calendar, jumping over small bushes of fire, symbolizing purification and burning away all the harmful energies. So what we say is we want to just get all the good energy from the fire, at the last Wednesday of the year. So jumping over small bushes of fire is about purification, about getting good energies, because fire is very important in our culture. It's symbol of health, good health, cultivation, light, purity to the Iranians, this is the symbolic of the burning pain, unhappiness, sickness, in search of good health, Some believe that ancestor spirits visit during the last few days of the year. Some people, they just Çarşamba Suri in many ways in equivalent like Halloween. We were just seeing as Western people just have Halloween. We have this celebration, Çarşamba Suri. And so we become Nowruz. Nowruz means new day, is the name of Iranian New Year in Persian calendar. So Nowruz this year was in 20th, I think it was 20th March at 11 p.m. But for Iranian it was different because they are 8 hours ahead of us, so it was different. For us here in Los Angeles was I think 11 p.m. So Nowruz marks the first day of the spring and the beginning of the year. It is celebrated on the day astronomical northward equinox, which usually occurs on March 21st or the previous following day, depending on where it is observed. This celebration, Nowruz, focuses on so many philosophical aspects, such as light conquering darkness, good conquering evil, and the warmth of spring conquering the cold of the winter. It is also associated with a great variety of local traditions in Iran, people in Iran. Nowruz, as I said, is originally being Zoroastrian festival, and it's considered as the holiest of them all. We respect so much in Nowruz. Nowruz is believed to have been invented by Zoroaster himself. Also, there is no clear date of origin. Since the Achaemenid era, the official year has begun with a new day when the sun leaves the zodiac Pisces and enters the zodiac signs of Aries, signifying the spring equinox. The term Nowruz in writing first appeared in Persian records in the 2nd century AD, but it was also an important day during the time of economic, where kings from different nations are under the Persian Empire used to bring gifts to the emperor, also called Kings of Kings, Shahnameh of Persia on Nowruz. So in early March, the spring cleaning tradition that is also Khane Tekani. So literally we shake the whole house because we clean before Nowruz started. So commonly done in almost every household before the arrival of Nowruz. All the family members are involved in this ritual. We care about cleaning. People start getting ready for Nowruz by cleaning the whole house. Washing all curtains and carpets, whipping the windows, polishing silver, decorating the house, ridding the home of unnecessary stuff. We just get rid of all the unnecessary stuff, repairing their furniture. We don't want to see all the stuff in the house. We want to have everything be new, Everything's scrubbed and polished until the whole house is sparkling clean. At this time of the year in Iran, if you go to Iran, you're likely to see many Persian rugs hanging outside, beautiful Persian, colorful rugs hanging outside, all the delicious food, the smell of food, Spring cleaning is commonly done before the arrival of Nowruz. So we do the spring cleaning. It's very important. It represents a wish to put away old things from the previous year and bid farewell to it and prepare for better things to come in the new year by welcoming the new year. Then it's shopping time. I remember when I was kid, we were just so excited to go to shopping to get all those clothes, to buy new clothes, new shoes, fresh fruits, sweets. Nobody in Iran get hungry in Nowruz. Nobody. Everybody should have the food on the table. And like poor people, we try to just help the poor people. It's a beautiful, like I wish you guys can experience going to Iran in this time of the year. And just everybody so happy, what we after we shopping and all these flower nuts, we get together in the table talking about Nowruz. So after we all that, we have a table called Hafsin, and we have just like put good stuff like apple, garlic, vinegar, sweet pudding. Every of them has like different meaning, representing beauty, health, patience, spring, fertility, reverse prosperity. And today is Sizde Bedar. Today is Sizde Bedar. So Nowruz is 13 days. It's 13 days. We celebrate 13 days, and the last 13 days is called Sizde Bedar in Persian. On the 13 days, Iranians leave their houses to enjoy nature, picnic outdoor as part of Sizde Bedar ceremony. They go usually running to the water as many other culture. 13 is it used to be an unlucky number in Persian, tradition. So spending indoors is since bad luck today. So in this day, Iranian families pack a picnic, spend an entire day outdoors. In the West, this holiday falls on Monday. I think April 2nd, I believe so. So they have a plenty of activities, games to spend entire day outside. And just today is a Sizde Bedar, so it was just very interesting that it was just relevant. Yeah, thank you for hearing me.
Good. Thank you for coming. And I appreciate that. One of the biggest things I appreciate was, yes, I knew all about the Zoroastrians, and I think it's so beautiful. But when we all have so much similarities, the beautiful wisdom you shared to us about the fire being pure meant a whole lot. Because a lot of times when all of the acorns burn in a forest fire, people may see that forest fire is a horrible thing, but it's needed to refresh the forest, to burn, to what did you say? Purification. I thought that was so beautiful, Anahita. That was beautiful. So, and the Nez Rouge, now I understand that to be the new. I hear that, new Rouge. Well, I can't say it as good as you did, but just like you said, I could not do that thing justice the way you did. So let's give a warm, what you call that? Love. Send some love out there to Anahita for that beautiful, awesome presentation. I thought that was beautiful, Anahita. So there's no way any of us could have done that better than you. So you really did a great job. Thank you. So now let's go. Who is ready to experience the allure of spiritual visions for themselves? Are you willing to be gentle with yourself? Or do you feel like saying, I love myself? Do you have any answers to that question? Did you answer yes to any of those questions? Well, that's great, because this next song, Gentle with Myself, is going to have you realize that you love yourself and that you're going to take very good care of yourself. So let's tune into that song, Gentle with Myself. Loving yourself is the only thing required in life, especially to be happy, to be whole, to be healthy, to be wise. Happiness, like the reading said, is an inside job. You can't get anyone else to make you happy. You can't make anybody else happy. Gentle with yourself, loving yourself is the most important rule of life. That's all I can say. So this is usually the time I talk about birthdays, and I'm grateful for everybody for throwing their birthdays in every single week and just telling us what your birthday is so we can remember you. But you know what? You would probably want other people doing that too, because when spirit gets involved with all of these wonderful things about you on your day and giving you that day, it is a good time to remember because that's the day you came to be. So jot down your month and your day only in our chat or drop it down in YouTube on our comments section and like our channel and listen to some of the previous wonderful talks and services we've had. So now, before we close out, I have my big shout outs to everybody that's on our platform team this morning. A great thanks to our MC and our operations coordinator, Horace Bush, which is Horace the Bush. He's a big blessing to us. And opening and our closing prayer was Mo, who does that today, but also she's the one who also sends out the emails. She waits by her computer and expects for you to put them in there. So put those prayer requests in there. And Groovy, your reading again was on spot. You did a good job. You harmonized with me today with that message. It was so well done. And for Timmy P for always showing up as different things. He's just the pilot of everything we do, but the serious pilot, as everyone says. And he did our spotlighting today also. So thank you, our serious pilot, Timmy P. So our major girl, my girl, is everybody's my girl, right? But Groovy G, she is what I could call a spiritual harmony steward. And she keeps this place quiet and clean as a mouse in all of our meetings. So I call her the cleanup woman. So sure, I got to give her my big thanks too. Even though you didn't see her show up today, she's showing up all over the place back there. So before our last song, let's consider this. Today was all about inspiring us to feel the allure of spiritual visions for the upcoming week at least. But remember this, when you're ready to experience the allure, I don't know, it's still the same thing, the allure of spiritual visions, you will really be understanding what it feels like to be that presence within you. Right? So before we actually do our final close up, listen to this last song. The song is designed to remind us how a simple smile could shift you from feeling down to going to extremely happy. Feel yourselves when you smile sometimes if you don't believe it. It serves as a reminder that happiness, again, is an inside job. All you got to do is smile. So listen to this song. Tune into this song with Kirk Franklin and the gang before we close out and Mo prays us out. Smile for me. Smile for you, actually. So remember, guys, just smile. So we're about to wrap up our time together, but before we do that, let's say, Mo, you come do us a prayer.
So as we close out this wonderful time together, I know that as we go into our Easter Sunday, that everything that we know and love and treasure about our lives is there for us to review and take a look at. I know that we celebrate this time with those that we love. We touch the lives individually of everyone that we see. It's all done with ease, with grace, with love, with laughter, and with joy in our hearts. So as we close out this time together here today, I know that we are blessed, that our journeys are safe, and that this community is one of love, understanding, and appreciation. I release, I let go, and I let God, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you so much, Mo, for that ending prayer. It really sealed the lessons for us today and all the great things. So remember to seal this off as we wrap up. Let's develop this confident energy that's inside of us to inspire us for this week ahead. Feel that power and allure of the spiritual visions. You have them 24/7, Pay attention. You got them. You can't say, I don't know what that is. Just stop. Remember, the universe is constantly supporting you, and everything you say, it says yes to it. I'm not happy. I'm not feeling it. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. Yes, yes, yes. Always supporting you on your journey with a yes. So until we meet again, stay happy and remember to smile, everybody. Even though you're hurt, just smile. So, that all being said, have a great rest of your Easter.